Good morning, good afternoon. I am pleased to be with you via video today. Uh, I have to leave early for a doctor's appointment, so I wanted you to have something to refer to as far as instruction since there will be a substitute. Today, we are going to start with our daily quick write. And so you need to get your writing journals out. And the prompt today is, what if the sky were not blue, but it was red instead? List 5 effects this would have on everyday life. So what would happen to our world if the sky was red instead of blue? How would that affect life? How would that affect the way we perceive things? How would that affect the way we live our daily lives? So I'm going to pause this while you write for 5 minutes, and then we'll pick back up with the instruction. Good job, everybody. Now, since I have now been teaching with Google Classroom for 5 years, I'm going to give myself a little high five. And that's kind of a milestone for some of us. Today, we're going to focus on irony and satire. We're going to explore and develop our skills in communication and the conventions of English language, grammar, and usage when we write. We're going to practice writing for conventions and usage in an essay. And so you can either use your Chromebook or you can write this in ink. It's up to you. We are going to be writing a satirical essay. So the first thing I want you to look at is refresh your memory on pages 45 through 60 in Humor in the English Classroom. This is the resource I gave you on Wednesday, where you go in from the National Council of English Teachers, and you're going to scroll down to page 30. Obviously, it's going to take a while. And you're going to pick up and read over satire and irony. Satire, irony, we all know it's when you something happens that you don't expect. Satire is a little different. Satire is more intense. It is more where you are deliberately poking fun at something, or you're making something so ridiculous that it becomes humorous. You add something so outrageous, something that would never happen in a million years, but we find it funny in the situation if it does happen. So it's right after, we're scrolling. Of course, I can't find it right off the top, but it should be in the Humor in English Classroom. If you're not able to find it, go ahead, look up satire and irony on Google to find out what it is. I'm going to move on. So we're going to go back and look at what the assignment is today. You're going to be writing a humorous essay. You're going to select a topic and write a 500-word essay. That's going to be 2 to 3 pages, double spaced. And we're going to use a modest proposal. Now, some of you have read a modest proposal in English class. If you haven't, I have given you several resources here. Right here on the link, this is the actual text of modest proposal. So you will be able to read it if you so choose. I have also given you a video clip of a short film that was developed in association with a modest proposal. It uses excerpts from the essay down below. So as you're watching it, it's a more contemporary take on a modest proposal. But you can see the words down at the bottom where it is actually using quotes from the text. I have also given you, since I'm not going to be there today, I've also given you a link to shmoop.com, which is the student's best way to learn how to analyze. And Shmoop takes a modest proposal. It goes through, it gives you a summary. It gives you what the themes are, who the characters are. It even gives you some analysis. And the reason I want you to look at this is because you're going to be writing your own satirical essay. So if we move to classwork and we pull up the writing assignment satirical essay, we can see a modern proposal by Jonathan Swift is the most famous example of satire in literature. Today we have resources like The Onion. So if you don't quite get satire after reading A Modest Proposal or looking at Google, go to theonion.com. And the funny thing is many people don't recognize that The Onion is satire. It's all tongue in cheek. It is not reality, but a lot of people tend to tweet it out or share it on Facebook as if it were real news, which is totally bizarre to me, because there is a disclaimer on the website. So satire is meant to bring attention to an issue by suggesting something so outrageous or so ridiculous it becomes humorous. So I've given you a couple of examples of issues that you can use to write your satire paper on. You can use global warming as your issue, social media addiction. Take it to the extreme, folks. What's going to happen, worst case scenario type thing, and then make it funny. Government corruption, the 1% versus the rest of us, bullying, and something a little close to home, graduation rates. What would happen if nobody graduated? Wouldn't that be interesting? I mean, the drive is for everybody to graduate, 100% graduation. But what if absolutely no one graduated? What would our world look like then? Your essay should be in MLA format, double-spaced, typed on the computer and turned in here on Google Classroom. Or if you're going to handwrite it, it must be in ink and it must be double-spaced for me to accept it for grading. It is due on Tuesday, October 1st. I wish you good luck and have a great weekend.